way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it.
I am Mr. Richie Moon, and I'm Kayfabe Avenue, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
It's Kayfabe Avenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And gentlemen, we are already at the top of 2020. We're 12 days in, and we already got to cancel some people. We got to cancel some companies. We got to cancel some people. We got to cancel some concepts.
Oh, man.
You know what? These people are not invited to the barbecue.
Definitely not invited to the barbecue.
They're not invited to the barbecue. We're canceling people's invitations. We're just canceling people.
Left and right.
Left and right.
Left and right.
Inside and out.
Kayfabe has a list and we're checking it twice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're checking it twice. We're checking it 3 times. And it get real tricky. So,
maybe a couple of them be a few lucky Tito's to maybe scrape on by off the list.
Maybe we'll get some lucky Tito's tonight. But I don't really see them.
I doubt it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this old generation of commentary who was good back in the day. But
can we just start retiring commentary jerseys? Can we hang up these commentary mics?
No.
Like, let's start Hall of Faming these people.
No.
Let's start retiring it. Like let's start off the top.
All right, so go ahead, say names. Go ahead.
Jim Ross.
God damn it.
Jim Ross. I'm sorry to say it. I love JR. He's the voice of the Attitude Generation.
He's also
Attitude Era, my childhood.
He's also the voice of AWE. Oh, I'm sorry, AEW.
And that's one of the major reasons why he needs to hang it up. The fact that you have been how many years removed from WWE, and I understand your career has been focused and centered around WWE for the most part, but for you to just continuously get people's names wrong, to continuously confuse people from WWE with AEW stars. You even got the name of the company wrong. You're the person who puts over the show. You're the person who tells us the story, tells us who these people are, and along with the flow of the match, keep us invested. You keep taking me out when you keep making me think of WWE. AEW is my escape from WWE. So I want to know who they are, not who Jungle Jack, whoever he was alluded to.
Some of those mishaps.
Jack Perry.
I don't mind the Jungle Jack Perry name. Is pretty dope for him, but at the end of the day, that came off of a mess up on JR's part.
Yeah.
Like, constantly looks asleep on commentary. He just doesn't have it anymore.
He can't. Sometimes he can't pronounce certain wrestlers' names, or he gets some of the gimmicks wrong and doesn't have any comment to it because he doesn't.
See, now, I think JR is still invited to the barbecue. I just think he needs to hang it up at this point. We need to cancel his commentary position. He probably be still essential backstage for advice and then to recruit talent.
I feel a little bit different. I wouldn't mind seeing JR a little more sparsely. I don't know if we necessarily need JR on Dynamite every single week. I do like JR. I think he does contribute a lot. I think in this case, less is more because AEW does on Dark. They have a lot of guest commentary. I think they should utilize that more. But I don't think I want to see JR permanently hanging up. But I do think less would be more.
I think with JR, they should have him like doing interviews, like when they're doing like
his sit downs, his sit downs backstage, like when they did the Road 2s, and they were doing with Sean Spears,
something like that,
like stuff like I would like to actually see Jay. They have like interview mode, JR. Interview mode. JR is better. He does podcasts and stuff.
I do like JR when he does interview people, and if I feel like he always brings out the best out of people. So maybe
he does.
He should switch to that aspect, especially since AEW likes to go that route with the way they film their videos and the way they do it sports style lead ups, training behind the scenes.
They got one coming up this Monday. The Road to Miami,
to the matches,
road to Bash at the Beach.
I mean, I don't know. I think JR just needs to get out of the week to week commentary.
Yeah.
Another one who
Do you agree? You agree with AJ that he needs to get out of the?
I mean, he's still invited to the barbecue. At least that.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Somebody who has been recently canceled and is not invited to the barbecue is Jim Cornette. And I'm actually glad they canceled Jim Cornette because he has old world views. Yeah. Sometimes he's spot on some certain things, but for the most part, he has old world views. His jokes are old. They're dated. I
didn't really like that. I really didn't like that joke. But honestly, I've actually grown to like NWA Power, and I wish she was still on there. But I tell you this, Stu Bennett is awesome on there. If you like that kind of old school type of wrestling, check out
Wade
Power.
Barrett to the WWE crowd.
Stu Bennett is awesome. I like him. Yeah, exactly. Wade Barrett. He's a good talker. I wish he would wrestle one more time, but it's kind of a shame that the way things happen with Jim Cornette. But no excuse for the things he says. Like, come on, dude. We're not in the 1980s. It was never really cool then, but you was able to get away with it now. But yeah, Jim Cornette, cancel that guy.
What about Jerry Lawler?
You know what? I think the same thing when I think of JR. I think less would be more, but at the same time, sometimes I listen to King and I feel like he's so out of touch with the product. Yeah. It's just like, you can tell JR, even when he was still watching the product. JR seems completely removed. I mean, King seems completely removed from the product sometimes. Like, are you even watching, bro?
Not only that, even his reactions are kind of dated. Like, there's still...
Yeah,
you know, like you have to go with the times and kind of switch who you are.
Evolve.
You know, that's one thing I like about Corey Graves. I think his style has definitely evolved over time. On the commentary booth, I think he's been the heel guy for the most part, but he's also been at times the face aspect on the commentary team, and he evolves real good.
Makes sense.
Not to say that these guys don't or didn't in the past. They're veterans, of course, but it's time. Like we have a new generation.
It's boss time.
It's boss time.
Oh, you think? You know what? Here, I'll defend Michael Cole. Here's the reason why I defend Michael Cole, because he's doing exactly to the T's, crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's of what Vince wants him to do. I will defend Michael Cole because
I don't think he should be canceled.
One of the first UK shows they did, it was just him and Nigel McGuinness, and Michael Cole was able to just talk, and you can just tell. Oh, he's such a good commentary, but he got his hands up. Vince got his hand up his ass.
Even at this point, you know what I'm saying? So the difference between Michael Cole and the rest of the guys that we spoke about,
he's spot on. He's so spot on.
Not just that, he's already started to take a backseat. Michael Cole's not on every show anymore. He's just on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And he's taking a backseat. He was on every show before.
He was.
Corey Graves is taking over that role.
Yeah.
And now they're trying something different with completely different commentary on Raw, so and on NXT, so these people aren't getting as used as much as before. So I don't think Michael Cole necessarily should be canceled. He's invited to the barbecue.
So we think JR. Well, you guys think JR should be. I think less is more with JR.
What do you think they should replace JR with?
I think they should put Taz full time.
I would like to hear Taz more.
I think Taz did a great job.
I would like to hear Taz more. I like Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. I would like to hear Taz. I always like former wrestlers that are on commentary because they have another insight to it.
Shit, hopefully they can steal Kevin Kelly.
That's definitely not gonna happen. Kevin Kelly family who lives out there. That's definitely not gonna happen. So
moving on.
I mean, we spoke about this several times.
I think this is probably like the 5th time.
Their downfall was literally their biggest show, which is kind of like dramatic irony. Your biggest show was your downfall. ROH as a whole, as a staff, record label, and as a crew.
And if you're down with ROH,
then
you're canceled too.
You're canceled too, man. Like you're just like.
So they did so bad. They did so bad on Final Battle that they gave the entire pay-per-view for free.
You know what?
That basically.
You know what I think of ROH, comparatively speaking?
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is a crying towel. And comparatively speaking, ROH is nothing but garbage. Nothing but garbage, Guyina. Nothing but garbage.
Oh, man.
Just nothing but garbage.
Even with the bad press, the low attendance rates and everything, the bad bookings, the bad storylines.
Their owner coming out and saying that they're trash, it's crying towel. Just here, it's going to hold it up for you.
Doesn't look pretty good for Ring of Honor in 2020.
Comparatively speaking, to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, gosh.
event that they
I
had,
don't have enough.
Wrestle Kingdom. There's not enough crying towels in the world,
enough.
so we're just gonna have to fill this garbage with all the tears for the fans of Ring of Honor, for the downfall that we're witnessing. Nothing but garbage.
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 There you go. There you go.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
so I think we can just move on.
They
Buried themselves.
They did.
They buried themselves. We don't really need to bury them.
Another company that's soon about to bury themselves.
The Nightmare Collective?
Nightmare Collective.
No. Another company.
Another company?
Impact.
I don't know.
I mean, they've been buried.
I don't think Impact.
Their top person
buried.
right now.
Oh, whoa.
That's the end.
Hey, we're gonna end. We're gonna end with that.
But their company is a part of that. So,
anyways,
but
wait, what other company should be canceled? You think?
Nah, I don't think any other.
No, just Ring of Honor at this point.
Yeah, just Ring of Honor.
And then the other company might get canceled soon too.
All right. So moving on.
This hurts my heart. You know what?
Rose,
all right,
it doesn't hurt my heart.
It hurts my heart.
It's been trash from day one.
It hurts my heart.
And I'm sorry. I love having AEW as an alternative, but when you're churning out the Legion of Doom from WCW repackaged as a female group, or is it a intergender group? What's their purpose?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, and it's been too many weeks.
It's
been too many weeks already with the Nightmare Collective, and you still have no purpose. It was a women's group, but you're not chasing the title anymore.
Nope, never really were.
Now you got this Luther guy.
Luther, he's a Japanese hardcore death
What does
match
he have
legend.
to do with it? Like,
nobody knows.
Nothing at all.
You go on commentary and you berate Statlander for a gimmick, but your whole crew are a bunch of weak gimmicks.
That nobody knows.
That nobody knows or cares
nobody
for.
knows why. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows why.
It just doesn't make sense. They're starting to reek. They're having that WCW stench on them.
Bad WCW stench, though. Not the good. Not the
they
good
need
part
to.
of WCW.
We canceling these storylines.
Yeah, and here
we're canceling the approval Tony Khan. You listen to the fans. You claim to listen to the fans. I feel like you guys are starting to backtrack off a lot of what you promised, and are going to WCWS routes. So that stable needs to be canceled.
The reason why I said it hurts my heart because I feel like I'm gonna just fantasy book it real quick. I feel like Brandy should have came out and been like the female Cody. She should have been a big baby face. And here it is. I'm not against the Nightmare Collective. I feel like us as wrestling fans, we will almost believe anything if you just make it make sense. The Nightmare Collective have literally, through several vignettes, through her being on commentary, has still not explained really the purpose of why they cut people's hairs or why they're together, why they're a group, anything. There's been no explanation. There's just
Brandy's
been a bunch of words.
The title.
She's not chasing the title.
Connor's not chasing
That's
the title.
what she should have been doing for
the
beginning.
random fan who wasn't random.
Shouldn't be
chasing anything because you never had a match.
There's no purpose. Brandy should have been the female Cody, chasing the title. She keeps on losing. Then that leads her going to the dark side. That leads to the creation of the Nightmare Collective, which should have ultimately connected with the Dark Order. Just like, you know what I'm saying? There's like, these things could have worked. The execution is just not there. And it's really, from a weak, it's, sorry to say this, but we already know it's a weak women's division already. And this stable is just hurting it badly. Now, if the Nightmare Collective was good, this would really help the stable. But the fact that the women's division is so weak and this stable is just so trash, it's just, you gotta cancel
good
it.
if they were picking on the champion.
You gotta take a struggle.
All they have to do is pick on the champion.
Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. You're gonna have either a weak women's division, or you're gonna have a strong heel faction.
Listen,
something.
The stable will work if they had a purpose.
Yeah,
if they was picking on Rio and chasing her down for that title, it would make sense. But you're helping Rio against Statlander because she denied your invitation, yet you're shitting on her gimmick, and you guys have similar gimmicks. Yeah. It's stupid. It's convoluted. They need to cancel it.
Facts.
Dark Order is bordering those same lines of cancellation.
I'm not co-signing.
I'm sorry, but
I am not co-signing canceling Dark Order. I would say, as we're going to get on to another person that needs to be canceled, is just Dark Order does not need to be in the main event. That's
if
it.
you can't
they don't need to be main event.
If you can't
They
have
don't
them in the
need
main event,
Not
then
yet.
they're nothing but
No,
garbage.
and here's the only reason I say that.
You trying to build them as a big stable, but they can't hold the main event?
Not yet.
Nothing.
You got to build them up. That's the whole point of building them up. That's the whole point of building them up. You got to build them up to the main event. You just can't have the Dark Order immediately beating up Cody,
Exactly,
Dustin, Kenny Omega, and Young Bucks.
And that's the major problem with AEW
because they
going
haven't
on
built
right now.
up to them.
You don't have a division.
Nah.
Your division's too scattered everywhere. Because let's be real, even the tag team division, you're not sure where you're going with your stuff. Like, who's the top guys? Kenny is the top guy losing to the Dark Order.
It's like you have
getting jumped by the Dark Order
matches with Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, and the other matches with other people. But SCU hasn't defended the titles yet, right?
No, they have. They have like twice, I think.
They defended against the Young Bucks
twice.
They defended against they defended in a triple
triple
third tag team, and
then the Young Bucks.
Yeah, they defended against the Young Bucks.
And I think they got a defense coming.
But they are because the team who wins it at the Bash at the Beach with the Pride and Powerful, Omega and Hangman, best friends, and there's another tag team in there. There's another tag team there. Whoever wins that is going to go on the face. Is going to be number one.
Yeah, but it's too scrambled around. They need clear divisions. Why is Jungle Boy facing the AEW champion at all? Why is that even a conversation when he has a great
Chris Jericho
stable tag team unit?
Chris Jericho said why he did that.
To try to put him over.
Yeah.
He's trying to put everybody over, but that's the problem. You need people who can put people over in other divisions. You can't have the champion fighting these scrubs. You can't have Kenny Omega losing to these rookies. You just can't.
Well,
not all the time.
The reason
debuting the Dark Order in the form that they are at now by attacking the Elite, you're not even close to the caliber of the Elite to even be in the position to attack them. And then you scramble all the stories around.
And that's
Pac is hanging in the balance. I want my rematch. While Kenny's distracted with Hangman. But they're a tag team, but they're not really a tag team. Like, it is too much. You need to cancel the writers and get a stronger writing team. Cancel these WCW-esque inspirations and do your own thing. Like, cancel the ranking system. Cancel the rank system. It does not make sense.
Yeah, it does.
The ranking system only makes sense if the fans are the ones voting on this system, and the fan vote is what influences what starts a position for certain storylines and title hunts.
The wins and losses influence the ranking system.
They already proved why the ranking system doesn't work.
How?
Because Statlander debuts 3 weeks ago.
You don't watch AEW Dark.
I shouldn't have to watch AEW Dark.
Should.
You have to.
No,
yes, you
no, you don't.
Yes, you
the
should.
AEW Dark
continuity.
Right, but AEW Dark is a YouTube channel.
And it affects the main continuity.
Right. So now you're talking about the casual fans who are just flipping through that just pick up on the TNT. They don't pump AEW Dark as much.
Yes, they do.
And they don't pump BTE.
They don't pump BTE, but they do pump AEW
some
Dark.
people are not going to jump. Some people are not going to jump. Some people just consume it on that.
All Elite
on
fans
TV.
watch are from BTE in the first place.
That's why, and I feel like they should put over BTE more, but they do pump AEW Dark. And AEW, the reason why you should watch AEW Dark, because the matches on AEW Dark, those angles affect main continuity. Like the Pac and Kenny Omega stuff, they've been doing stuff, but it's been on. But
you're talking about the main show. You're talking about the main show, the catalyst for everything, right? The main show. That this is what they're supposed to pump. This is the basis of the product. So according to the basis of the product, she's only been around for 3 weeks. She already went to a championship match. Over the people who's been here, Nyla
Rose got her title shot.
Britt Baker.
She got suspended.
Everyone else.
But Britt Baker no one been losing. That's the thing. Statlander came in and she wrestled on AEW Dark. On AEW. She has not lost.
Okay, so how does someone like a Jungle Boy go from having no single wins to facing the champion Chris Jericho?
That wasn't even for the
wasn't title. And Chris Jericho,
it wasn't for a title show, but why is he even fighting?
Because that's what Jericho wants to do.
He wanted to do that. That's what
Jericho
I'm saying.
has his own creative freedom to do whatever he wants. Ask Chris Jericho.
So what wrestlers want? So what wrestlers want? Go over what the rank system means.
When it comes to
That's
Chris
exactly
Jericho,
my point.
yes. When it comes to Chris Jericho, yes.
Then you convolute the whole system.
You gotta understand the whole.
But you're proving
AEW
exactly what
thing
I'm
is right
saying.
there.
You're proving exactly what I'm saying.
I don't
The
think that's what I'm doing at
storylines
all.
don't make sense in unison
he
with the
said
ranking
it in his
system.
promo. He said, "I have one more match contract for 2019.
Right.
I'm not going to face this person. I'm not going to face this person."
He's not going to face any of the strong people.
So he
So
went against Jungle
obviously
Boy.
he's going to go to the bottom of the barrel, which was Jungle Boy, who had 0 and 6.
The ranking system doesn't make sense.
The ranking system does make sense. It does make sense. I just proved it with Statlander why it makes sense. Britt Baker losing, Nyla Rose suspended, all those other girls was losing. Statlander came in, has not lost yet until this
How many
last
matches
one.
has Statlander had?
She-
With
last
Dark and
year,
everything.
I think
Probably
she was
like 6.
Yeah, she was either like 4-0 or like 5-0, something
Let's
like that.
see.
And she didn't lose. Britt Baker was losing. Nyla Rose got suspended. All the other girls got lost. That's why it seemed like she just jumped ahead of them because she didn't lose. That's why she went to the. That's why I think it makes sense because they're actually giving. Oh, you won the most. Oh, that's why.
The girl
you
hasn't
did the
even
title
been
shot.
around. The girl hasn't even been around.
She hasn't
on
been
TV.
but
On TV, she's only been around for 3 weeks.
She's been the strongest thing part of the division, and that's a weak division. And she's been the strongest thing part of the division. She's the only one that's been getting over. Unfortunately, because the other girl I was getting
If
over.
you want
Jamie Hayter.
AEW Dark to really matter, it has to be a TV show. It can't be on YouTube because you know what? If you go through half of these forums, the people don't even follow BTE. They don't know what's going on because they don't go to YouTube to watch BTE. The same way some people don't go to YouTube to watch AEW Dark. So according to the show, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And even the storylines on BTE are not matching the storylines on the show. Look at Hangman Page. You look
He's
at
drunk.
if you just watch the show, you don't know why Hangman's drunk. You don't know that he already left the Elite. And on the show, they make it seem like he's still part of the Elite. That he's just doing his own thing real quick.
Yeah, I mean
So that's how they feel.
It just
that's what like
they
that,
need to cancel this
the,
way.
The thing is,
this
it's
way
just
of writing.
That's their way of saying
That's-
that Elite is fine.
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. That's why I agree with it too. Because they're kind of like in a way, the Bucks and Kenny and Cody, they're kind of in denial. Like Heyman said, like yeah, I'm not dealing with y'all, and they're kind of like yeah, sure, yeah, come through. Like they don't really take him serious in what he's like really saying. Like that, I feel like there's layers and there's dynamic to him, and him being drunk and I feel like I actually like the way they're telling the story. Like it's just it's fleshed out like that.
Because you understand because you're watching everything as a whole.
You're speaking from the casual fan.
I'm
like
speaking from someone who's
just
only
watching Dynamite.
is gonna watch Dynamite. Exactly.
All right, so
because they don't pump enough.
the last AEW Women's Rankings for 2019 was Chris Statlander at 3-0.
What I said, 3 matches.
3-0. And then Britt Baker's at 4-3. Kairi
So she
Shida-
technically has one more win over her.
but she's been defeated 3 times. So that brings her win-loss ratio down considerably.
That's only because she's had more matches.
But she still lost though. So that's affecting her overall.
Statlander,
average.
but that is my point. So if you're telling me if I come in and I debut today and I'm 1-0,
Yes.
and the rank system is gonna end tomorrow, I deserve a AEW title shot
Yes.
because I 1-0.
Yes.
That makes no sense.
Yes.
That makes no sense.
Because you're not defeated.
That makes absolutely no sense. That's my point. She has 3-0. She's only had 3 matches. Right there, the stats say it. And Britt Baker, according to this, has 7 matches. The next person has had 5. The next person has had 6. So you're telling me the 3 matches only she won outright the 7 to 6 matches these other women have had?
Yes,
And mind you,
yes,
everyone
because
is tied as
each
far as
one of
wins.
these women- 'cause each
Everyone
one
is
of these
tied
women-
as far as wins.
These
The person who has the most wins on this list is Britt Baker. So
one
tell
of
me
these-
how that makes sense.
Each one of these women
sure.
had a title shot.
Her extra win should have jumped her up above Statlander.
Well,
Because she's only had 3 matches.
Britt Baker.
That proved my point.
Britt Baker already had a AEW Women's title shot, and do we really want to see that again so soon?
At this point, regardless if you want to see it, at this point, she's the woman. She's the woman with the most wins.
I was going to say her win percentage would be better because she's 3-0.
That's true from that aspect.
And
but at the end of the day, she's only had 3 matches.
All of these women already had title shots already. Hikaru Shida had 2 of them already. Of course, they're not gonna go with her. Britt Baker had her chance. Nyla Rose, same thing. They all had their shot. That's why she's right
so
now.
You're telling
they
me,
all lost.
You're telling me Britt Baker's only one chance. The other two have had multiple chances.
The other two didn't have multiple
Britt Baker
chances.
holds the most wins and the most matches in the division, and she doesn't deserve a title shot over Statlander.
But the thing is, Hikaru Shida, that was the reason why she had the title shot against Riho in the first place, because she was like Chris Statlander a long time ago, and then she eventually came down because she lost twice.
That makes sense to me.
I have no
problem.
It's based on win percentage. That's it.
Yeah, I have no issues with it.
We're already going overtime. Let's move on.
All right. So moving on, another thing we're canceling is Baron Corbin and the main event.
I don't think we need to even continue speaking on it.
It's the same thing with the Dark Order. I feel like they're good for what they do. Just keep them out of the main event. You got to build. And I feel like with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's been kind of. You just need to let him be in the mid card.
I have no comment. I don't feel like we shouldn't even talk about it. Like, we all know why.
Yeah,
it's not working. It hasn't worked. He works as a heel, but the positions they put him in don't work. Let's move on.
It's not gonna work. Don't just stop.
Let's just move on.
Either change his gimmick or do something else.
I don't even think you need to do any of that. Just put him in the mid card.
Why are we still talking about him? Why are we still talking about him?
Man, you immediately canceling.
We immediately canceling. Let's move on. We wasting more time on Corbin.
So the
last and final.
The last for this.
Cancel.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull the clientele out.
Go ahead, Rishi.
And this is not because
and put the garbage.
This is a clientele for a little bit for myself. I wipe a little bit of tears. This will be the last tears I wipe for you, because after this you are completely dead to me.
Garbage.
Listen here, I've had
garbage.
Before we completely bury her and put this out,
we got the bag in here ready to tie her up and throw it out.
I have the privilege to meet the young lady twice, and I thought she was quite a pleasant person. I taught her my ambitions into the wrestling community, and she was very encouraging of it. With that being put to the side, now with that being said, Tessa Blanchard.
Oh man.
2017, I think this was June. In Japan, she spat in the young wrestler's face, half black, half Puerto Rican, called her the N-word and spat in her face, and them young 2 girls got it rumbling. Of course, in the Chelsea Green, she's been constantly bullying people, calling a lot of other women in the wrestling business. 5 women spoke up, including the person who split up the fight. Facts. Confirmed this. Now, the person who she called the N-word and spit wasn't even the person to call her out. This all stemmed from Twitter and Tessa Blanchard putting out that women should support each other. We can do good things, and that's when everyone who witnessed her, antics, it blew up in her face. They called her right out. Chelsea Green was amongst them, saying, remember when you used to pick on me, harass me, and do things to keep me down. Apparently, Tessa Blanchard has been doing this for quite some time, because several women had a lot of things to say about her bullying, all this good stuff, like trying to get people blacklisted from companies, you know what I'm saying? This is a damn shame. Like, Tessa Blanchard, she was arguably tonight, she could become the first women's world heavyweight champion. And you out here being racist, you out here doing that.
Right.
Tessa Blanchard, right here is a crying towel, because you are nothing but garbage, Gagina. Nothing but garbage. And if you know me, you know my love for Tessa Blanchard. So for me to say that, you're nothing but garbage, Gagina.
I just wanted to.
And if she could continue in this wrestling business at the top of her game and still winning, consider her a lucky Tito.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna be calling her.
That's what they're gonna be calling her.
They call her Lucky Tito. Honestly, and it sucks because she could put on 5-star matches 7 days a week, twice on Sundays. I don't.
This is the thing. The backstage of wrestling, for the most part, has to be a brotherhood. Like, you put your life in another person's hands, and when you do things like that, you lose trust. Facts. Trust is the biggest thing in wrestling. Mm-hmm. If you can't trust your dance partner, disaster, life-ending injuries, or life-changing injuries.
Word.
And we can't trust people like Tessa Blanchard if that's really what's going on. So many people confirmed it that we have to, at this point,
there is no reason for them to be lying about
Chelsea.
What's the
Chelsea
point,
Green in particular, she just debuted on Raw, the main roster, what does she have to gain by shitting on her? A lot of people saying, oh, why are they saying it now? It's because she said that now.
Yeah.
So it caused a reaction because that's contrary to who she really is.
They might have been wanting to say this, but they just didn't want to seem like they were coming out of left field.
They actually talked down the Black Rose, that's her name, La Rosa Negra. That's the person she had to fight with. She actually said like she didn't want to get blackballed. She didn't want to get blackballed, and they talked her out of bringing it to social media and stuff like that. So that was confirmed. Multiple people confirmed seeing it.
Facts.
Multiple different promotions. People who are already either on top of the game, getting their highs and lows. Males.
That sucks.
In the industry. Up and comers, somebody spoke out who was in first day trying to go to training camp. She was doing orientation or presentation that day in that particular school. There's an extensive story on Twitter about it. So it's top to bottom. It's people from the lowest part of the industry just trying to make it to the top of the industry. And even there's a story that she got kicked out of the NXT locker room when she was a part of the Mae Young Classic. So
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Tessa
is definitely the top of this list. She's probably the catalyst for this entire cancel episode.
She is, yeah.
And remember the frustration for this me team to cancel
people.
The
reason why Ricochet broke up with her was because he said that she wasn't a nice person.
Wow.
I didn't even know that they dated.
Me either.
But wow.
That's news though. That's news to me.
Yeah, that's it's a shame. Well, you know that we can do this all day. This is actually a subject that I actually wouldn't like to do all day, so I think that's a fitting close. With that being said, you can find us at Kayfabe Avenue on the Facebook. Subscribe to us on Kayfabe Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little subscribe. Give us a nice like. AJ, where can they find you at?
At Kayfabe_AJ on Instagram.
Focus, where can they find you at?
Kayfabe_Focus.
You can find me at Mr. Richie Moon. You can find me at Kayfabe Avenue. Like I said, join the Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. With that being said, a lot of crying towels have been given out, but it's alright because they had to be canceled because they're nothing but garbage.
You know what?
Comparatively speaking.
Once you take out the garbage, you start to see the cream of the crop. Oh yeah.
It always rises to the top. With that being said, Kenny, take us home.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night, bad.